Hey, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing an effective but fun total body workout yoga flow, which is going to challenge your balance, your flexibility, and your whole body. So if you're ready, grab a mat and let's go. So let's make our way onto our knees. And we're going to just come into a nice relaxing child's pose. So just stretch your arms in front of you, hips back, and just holding here. Already focusing on creating a nice rhythm with your breath, nice inhales and long exhales. And already trying to create a nice intention for your workout, what you want to achieve here. And just focusing on being here on the mat and staying present. All right, let's roll onto all fours. We're gonna do a nice cat and cow motion. So arching the back and then curling into the back. Almost like a wave-like motion here, just swaying back and forth. And curling in. Arching the back, leading with the hips. Inhale. And then exhale as you curl the back. Really nice warm up for the back here. And last one. And we're gonna come to a nice tabletop position, straightening our back, and now just reaching forward with our arms into a nice puppy pose. So really arching the back here, bringing the chest to the ground. You can have your head down here to make it a little bit easier, or you can have the head up and stretch those shoulders even more. Focusing on the breath here, allowing it to help you in this moment. And now let's inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to come forward into our baby cobra or sphinx pose. Staying here for a quick moment, and then we're going to come down, bringing our hands to our chest into spider fingers. Inhaling as we push ourselves up into a full cobra. And now exhaling down, really making this like a wave, curling, and then arching back down. Warming up this back and the shoulders, preparing ourselves for plank positions. And exhale down. Inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. And last one coming up. Really nice and slow. And now coming back down. Amazing. Now let's just push ourselves up and into one more child's pose. Relaxing the hips and the lower back. And now let's take an inhale, tucking the toes under and coming to our first downward facing dog. Let's just walk it out first. Just walk out any tightness. And you can move with your breath. Inhaling one side, exhaling to the other side. All right, last few. And now let's bring both heels down. Stretching into those shoulders. And now inhale, let's get ready to walk forward in between our hands. Taking one more inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up. And exhaling as we bring the hands into prayer. Good. And now let's inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale down into forward fold. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, step or jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, bringing the heels back onto the mat. If you need to bend your knees here, please do. Good, holding here for a moment. Trying to stretch the legs as much as we can. And now let's inhale, exhale, coming down to our knees. And we're going to come into our 50-50 plank. So make sure you're engaging those abs, not arching into the back. We're going to lift the leg and now lift the opposite arm. I'm lifting my right leg, my left arm, creating a nice line in my body. Engaging the glutes here. Try not to arch the back. And now we're going to inhale, exhale, crunching in, stretching, and then trying to touch our toes behind us. So crunching in, stretching the arm, and then reaching with our hand back behind our back, reaching for the toe. So crunch in, now stretching, and now touching your toe behind. Really nice controlled movement here, challenging your balance, working with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. If you lose your balance, don't worry, just get back into the position. Good, few more. Stretch and crunch, stretch and touch. Good. And now last crunch, reaching, and now reach for that foot, and we're just going to grab it, stretching into our dancer pose variation. If this is too hard for you, don't worry, just try your best. And just holding here, stretching your body, challenging your balance here. And now let's release. Beautiful, stretching the arm in front, bring the hand back down. Let's tuck that toe under and lift, holding here. Engage those abs. And now bringing the other foot to the mat. We're just going to come back and forth from plank into a bear pose. So stretch into plank, step into bear pose, step back into plank, and step back into bear pose. Good. Keep going. And now let's stretch into that plank and chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bringing the heels down and see if you can try and stretch a little bit more now that our body is warm. Now inhale, let's take a nice flow. So walking or stepping forward. And now halfway up, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming up nice and slow. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. And now inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, coming down to forward fold. See if you can go a little bit more. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Stretching a little bit more, bringing those heels down a little bit more. And now let's come back down to our knees and repeat this all on the other side. So already concentrating on creating a nice line in our back, tucking our abs in, engaging them, lifting the leg, lifting the opposite arm, creating a nice line, holding here, trying to find that balance. And now inhale, exhale, crunching in, reaching, and now touching your toe from behind. Good, crunching in, stretching, and tapping. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. A real challenge for your balance, so take this at your own pace. If you need to go slower, please do. And stretch, in, stretch, tap, and stretch, keeping that line. I know it's hard. And stretch, tapping the foot, stretch, and in, and stretch, tap, stretch, in. Good. Keep breathing. Don't hold your breath. You've got this. And in, stretch, and tap. Good. Let's grab the foot and we'll do that beautiful dancer variation pose. So stretching up as high as we can, holding, balancing. Beautiful. Let's release and let's stretch the arm forward and the leg, bringing the hand back down on the mat, tucking your toe under and lifting. Stretching that leg, and now coming into bear, stretching into plank, stepping into bear, stretching into plank. Good. Breathing here. Inhale in plank, exhale in bear. Good. Engaging those abs. And last one. Let's come for chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And just releasing the heels, catching your breath, relaxing here. You can always come into child's pose if you feel like. Let's inhale, look up. Just jump or step forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. And now inhale, slowly up. Reaching for the sky, exhale down to center. Good. Just taking a moment here, really focusing on our breathing, focusing on this present moment. And deep breath in. Let's reach for the sky. And now exhale, coming down, forward fold, trying to go a little bit more here. Halfway up, inhale, and now step or jump back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Releasing the feet. Holding here for a moment. And now inhale, let's lift that right leg to the sky into our one-legged dog. Exhaling, breathing here, hips are square, trying to stretch that knee as much as possible. And now inhale, bending the leg. Exhale, bringing the knee to the elbow. Inhale, back to one-legged dog. Exhale, bringing the knee to the opposite elbow. And now back. Inhale, exhale, knee to center. And now we're going to bring the knee down and bring it back up. Down and up. And last one. Good. Hold. And now bring your feet between your hands. And now let's come to our crescent lunge or high lunge, keeping the hips square, making sure your knee is not going past your toes, lengthening in the spine. And we're going to take a deep inhale and exhale, coming into our warrior 3 pose and back to lunge. And warrior 3, keeping those hips nice and square. You can also bring your hands to your chest as you come to the warrior 3 and stretch and back, taking this at your own pace. And if you need to balance on the wall or a chair, please do so. and stretch. Lunge and exhale. Inhale. Just a few more, keeping that nice line in your back. And now on this one, we're going to hold our warrior 3 position, focusing on a point. And now coming back to our high lunge, we're going to come for pulses, bringing the arms around and then back up. So let's go. Pulsing, bending the knee behind, and just going forward with the arms. And up. Pulse, pulse, pulse. And forward with the arms. Nice engaged abs here. Let's hold it. Hold, hold, hold. And let's release, bringing the hands back to the mat. And just coming to our revolved high lunge, reaching for the sky, lining up our shoulders. You can look up if that feels comfortable for you. Holding. Breathing through this, enjoying this moment. And now inhale, exhale. Let's reach for that opposite arm to the knee. Holding here. And now inhale, exhale everything down. Let's stretch the leg or come into plank, chaturanga. Exhale, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. See if you can go a little bit more with the heels. And now inhale, exhale, step or jump forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold, going a little bit more. Inhale, slowly up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Let's take a moment here just to bring ourselves back and taking this moment to reconnect, catching your breath. You can always stay here longer if that's what you need. And now inhale, let's reach for the sky, lengthening in the spine. Exhale, coming down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Taking a moment here. And now inhale. Let's lift the left leg into our one-legged dog, stretching the knee as much as possible. Inhale, and now exhale, bringing that knee to the elbow and back and forward, opposite elbow and back. Inhale. Exhale, bending that knee to chest. And now just bring it down and up, crunching up. Good. And 4, 5, hold, and bringing the foot between the hands. Inhale, coming up into our high lunge. Hips are square. And just holding here. Try not to bend the knees past the toes. Inhale, and now exhale into our warrior 3 pose. And back, and forward, and back. Always pausing in this warrior 3, and then pausing in the high lunge. This is a real challenge on your balance, so finding that drishti point, finding somewhere where you can concentrate. You can always hold the wall and forward and back. Strong legs here, focusing And exhale, inhale, exhale forward, inhale back, exhale forward, hips are square. And now last one, and let's get ready for those pulses. And bending the knee, pulse, 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 bringing the arms forward, up, and now around. Good, slow pulses here, holding. Beautiful. Now stretching down, let's come to that twisted high lunge, holding. Shoulders are in line. You can look up if that feels good for you. And now inhale, exhale. Let's reach for that arm back. Holding here. Keeping the hips square. And now coming back down to the mat. Let's stretch the leg or come into plank. Exhale into our chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Holding here. Inhale. Let's jump forward. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Going more. Inhale, coming up. Reaching, lengthening. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Just take a breath here. Take a moment. Our bodies are being challenged a lot here, so it's just good to take a moment for yourself, to catch your breath, to center yourself. And now inhale, reaching for the sky. Exhale, coming down. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Let's take an inhale and let's jump back into a seated position this time. We're going to come to our boat pose. So just lifting the knees, keeping the abs engaged. You can either stay here or stretch your legs. And just balancing here, using those abs, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And now slowly bringing the legs down, bringing your hands behind and lifting the hips into a reverse plank, holding, stretching everything, and now bringing everything down. Let's reach for the sky, inhale, lengthening in the spine, and now coming down into our forward fold. Making sure we're bending at the hips and not in our lower back. And let's really take a moment to focus on our breath here, to allow it to help us to get deeper into this stretch. So nice deep inhales, and each time you exhale, try to go more into this stretch. And also working with the breath to allow yourself to relax in this position. One last breath. And now let's slowly come up, coming to a nice seated position into our easy pose. Let's inhale, reach for the sky, lengthening in the spine, and bringing your hands to heart center, and just bowing down to yourselves. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all next time.